What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? It's your guy G, the number one Cowboy fan. Have to come to you live, direct, and correct with some more news. And here we are on Saturday Sit Down, straight barbershop talk with your guy G. Give it up. All right, today on the Cowboy Huddle, we got some things that we're going to talk about. So first of all, we're going to talk about Jerry takes hard stance on Dallas off-season plans. Dez Bryant rips the Dallas Cowboys. Emmett Smith lays down the law on winning. And then we got what Jerry had to say about Jaden Daniels. Let's get into it. All right. Yeah, here we are, man, on Saturday, and it is warm. I don't know what the crap is going on. This weather has been up and down like a roller coaster ride. But here we are. I'm enjoying. I got some things I got to get outside to do this morning. Yeah, I'm running a little late today, but it's okay. And I understand, guys, you haven't seen a lot of videos here lately, but like I said, I'm not just going to do anything for clickbait. When there's information to be given, I'm going to bring it to you. And again, thank you to all our subscribers and all those that follow this channel here on the Cowboy Huddle podcast. Give it up. So usually during this time, during the off season, I'm doing some things behind the scene. I'm trying to come up with new ideas. I'm trying to create better content, trying to expand the podcast, make some changes. So this is a time to do those things. So this is what I'm going to be doing. So if you don't hear from me, this is what's going on. But again, I'm not going to just bring in some news. I'm going to bring you some things that we can use. How about that? Whoa, I'm a poet, didn't even know it. How about that? But anyway, do me a favor before we get started, guys. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Also, make sure you share this video and hit the notification bell so that you also will be be notified when the next video is posted. Now, I know y'all see me rocking my Coat Nation. You probably saying, "What are you with? This is not Indianapolis Colts." I understand that. This is my 2014 Super Bowl team. Pee Wee. And I had the opportunity. Now, I wish I would have put his picture. I had the opportunity to witness one of the kids that played for me since his Bantam. I mean, no, not even Bantam flag level of football. And he hung out with me throughout the whole duration of his Pee Wee career, and went on through the middle school and was the starting quarterback for the Crowley Eagles. And on last week, I had the opportunity to go to his signing day. So yeah, I'm rocking my Coat Nations because he was our quarterback and also he was our cornerback. And I'm just very, very elated for Caleb Williams. Give it up for Caleb Williams. Yeah, just to see him get ready for his new chapter as he get ready to start his new chapter at the collegiate level. So again, big shout out to Nicole Williams, Jeremy Johnson, which I call Nicole Williams my team mom. Give it up for her for believing in me and riding it out with me. Not every year was a Super Bowl year, but we did have some great times. And the thing about coaching Caleb Williams, he was very coachable, and he absorbed the information that was given to where it made him the starting quarterback for the Crowley Eagles. So this is my reward when I see the kids make it to the next level. So thank you, team mom, Jeremy Johnson, and everybody else for believing in me. So I'm ready to go to Will Call and get my tickets to watch him play. All right. So with that being said, I got some information that's been put out there, and we need to get right into the first topic again. This is brought by Sporting News, reported by Sporting News. So it says Cowboy on hard stance on Dallas off-season plan. So let's get into that. Wait a minute, let me give you that. Yeah. Now, again, I keep telling you guys, Jerry not only likes to hear himself talk, but Jerry is not going to take the blame on anything that has if it's not working, it's not his fault. So again, here's a statement that he's made that makes you want to say. So this is what he had to say. His hard stance on Dallas offseason plan. So he said the decisions I'm making are not based on rebuilding. Jones said they're based on competing and competing now. The decisions I made last year were based on winning now. I'm sorry. This is my reaction. They didn't exactly work out, but I think I paid Dak Prescott more than anybody has ever been paid in the NFL. That's now. That's not the future. It's been reported also. It says that Dallas has plenty of talent, but things just didn't work out in 2024. It wouldn't hurt to add a little more this offseason, include another top tier receiver. Now, with that statement, what Jerry just said, I have no idea what that is. But if you ask Jerry, y'all know what I'm going to say. He'll call it ambiguity. See, when I see ducks walking. But when I say duck, you might just duck. That's ambiguity. And that's all we've been hearing on last season. So here it is, guys. Again, we're boosting up this coaching staff, which I'm not really a big fan of this coaching staff. I'm just not. I'm just going to be honest with you. We got Brian Sharman, and again, and I said, he deserves an opportunity to be a head coach. But as far as the coaching staff that I see, I mean, you got a bunch of coaches from the Bears, the Jets, and the Cardinals. I mean, what have they done lately? Okay, so I'm willing to give them a fair chance, but again, this is the comments that Jerry made. He said they're based on competing and competing now, but you didn't make it competitive. You didn't add any pieces to make this game competitive. That's why we finished 7-10 or whatever, 7-11, 7-10, whatever. This decisions I made last year was winning now. They didn't exactly work out. No, it's not they. I didn't make it work out. That's what you need to say. They didn't exactly work out, but I think I paid Dak Prescott. Number one, that's your problem right there. You paid Dak, and we didn't have a Dak. Okay, you didn't have a Dak. So more than anybody has ever been paid in the NFL, that's now. That's not the future. Yeah, that's where we are. So going on to the next topic. Our former wide receiver, which used to throw up the X like so, Dez Bryant, and Dez Bryant is always honest about, and he has no filter when it comes to the Cowboys, but he definitely brings a lot of truth to where we stand and where the Cowboys stand right now versus some of these other teams. Here we are getting ready to watch the Philadelphia Eagles play the Kansas City Chiefs again. And what is it that they're doing to continue to get to that level of expectation and accomplishments as a team out of Philadelphia? And we're going to get into that because after this report here, we're going to get into something Emmett had to say. But let's go back to Dez. Dez has something to say, and he says former Cowboys star. Then this was reported by Fox News. Former Cowboys star Dez Bryant rips team stupid decisions. Doesn't expect success anytime soon. So this is something Dez had to say. So when we go down here, we'll see what Dez had to say. Dad said, I don't expect the boys to be good for the next couple of years. And he stated that you need good role players. You need more star players, especially in today's NFL team. Teams are loaded. You can't just have one receiver. You got teams with 3 ones, 2 ones. The Cowboys only got 1 1. and the rest might be threes. I don't see us getting better, he said. It's not anything personal. It's just the writing on the wall. Give it up for Dez Bryant. And starting with this coaching staff, you got a coaching staff that's actually going to listen to Jerry Jones. These coaches are not going to be able to make their choices of what they want and what they need in order to be a juggernaut team, to be a successful team, to be a championship team. Because what you're going to see Jerry Jones continually in the coaches meeting, sitting in the players meeting, things like that. This is nothing new. This is what we've been seeing since Jimmy Johnson. This is the regular routine with Jerry Jones. We do not want anybody in this organization, a part of this team, that's going to have a voice. Okay, so basically, this is what Dez has said. And Dez is not only just a former player, but he's a fan. And not only that, but Dez is one that's basically upset with what's going on. Michael Irvin is another that is upset with what's going on. And here lately, we've been hearing a lot. Well, Troy Aikman's been saying a lot. These are Hall of Famers. These are players that know the game. These are players that been there and done that. These are players that let me get this right. That basically witness Super Bowls at its best. So this next video, this is Emmitt Smith, and a big shout out to, and all credits go to DLLS Cowboy Podcast. This is a great great interview, and it was great to see this happen. But Emmett had something to say, and he's like, basically what he does, he lays down the law of winning. So let's get into this real quick.
From the school, when the Cowboys was bought by Jerry Jones in '89, there was one mission and one direction. Mm-hmm. We had to get that thing going back north, because going south was not, he was not investing in something that was going south.
Right.
So there was a vision, there was a strategy, and a game plan.
Right.
And that strategy and that vision and that game plan entails winning and reasserting our brand dominance into the National Football League. He hired a guy to do that from an operations standpoint. He and his family took care of the branding on the other side.
Right.
Now, operationally, we had to go from 1-15 to 7-9. And when we did not have everything in place and it was not being utilized on the football field to get us into the winning category, because operationally, the guy that was running the ship said, this shit doesn't work. Right. I need somebody here to bring something together for all my guys. He let the guy go, and he brought in Norv Turner. Norv Turner comes in and brings stability to the operations.
Right.
Defensively, we was fine.
Right.
The better offense got, the better defense got.
Right.
The better defense got, the better the offense got. Right. And then we took off on the winning ways. Functionality on the other side, on the branding side, started to come back because of winning.
Right.
Brought things back. Then we started winning Super Bowls, and it just started to grow and morph into something else. Then something happened. A change happened.
Right.
And it wasn't Sam Cooke writing the song, "A Change Gonna Come," neither. A change happened. And when that change happened, we fell off just a tad bit.
Right.
But what was left was the remnants of what was already built.
Right.
And what was already built, players took it upon themselves to take it to the next level and said, we can do it. And we end up doing it. After that, all HEL broke loose.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And from that point on, there has not been a complete realignment or commitment to excellence in that area.
Right.
There's been a commitment to excellence on the brand side.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But on the operations, when it comes down to the football side, there's no commitment to who we are and the brand that was built.
Right.
And the brand that was built was balance. Right. Troy, Michael, myself. That's why you call us the triplets.
Right.
You cannot have one without the other.
Right.
You got to have it all. You got to have a ground attack as well as an air attack. Now, Aston Jenny could be good for us.
Right.
Under the right plan.
Right.
And under the right commitment.
Right.
And under the right vision.
Right.
Right now, I think these things are bifurcated. That's why you're getting all this disjointedness throughout the last 25, 30 years.
Frustrating.
Mm. Give it up for Emmett. Emmett lays down the laws. And big shout out to Deal LLS podcast, man. Jeff Kavanaugh, Clarence Hill, and all those guys over there, man. They're local individuals that bring definitely great content. So if you get a chance, go by and reach out and follow DLLS podcast as well. But yeah, Emmett laid down the law. He laid down the law on for us what it takes to win him. And he said the brand came back when the winning happened. Right now, it just seems like the families work it more concentrating on the brand than he is winning. And you have a owner and a vice president that are basically making coaching decisions when it should be the coaches that make these coaching decisions. You fund the coaches what they need and allow the coaches to bring in. Now here we are again with the Wade Phillips era again. You got a head coach and you're adding pieces now. We don't know who Brian Schottenheimer, who his if these are his staff member that he wants to bring, or if there's another repeat of the Jason Garrett and Wade Phillips era. Remember, we had Jason Garrett as an offensive coordinator before we even had a head coach. So we brought Jason Garrett as the offensive coordinator. Then we brought in Wade Phillips as a head coach. Then we brought in a offensive line coach. Then we brought in a defense. So once again, we are repeating ourselves again, and we expecting big things. But again, like I told you guys, my expectations are very low to where it keeps my mental in place, keeps my health in place because of the expectations just are very low, and I'm not going to do that to myself or my family again. So we'll just have to see what happens. Okay. So yeah, this is what took place. What Emmett had to say, and these are the laws that were being laid. So I got one other topic was brought on by the what was reported by the Washington Commanders, and it's told about what Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said about Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels. And it was real simple, but this is what he said. Jerry Jones talking Jaden Daniels. He said, "I get sick thinking about playing Jaden Daniels twice a year." That's all. I get sick. Well, you know why you get sick, Jerry? You get sick simply because he's a first round draft pick. And he has done some very uh great things this season. He even got the rookie of the year simply because he's a first round draft pick. Now, my question to you, when was the last time we have had a first round draft pick quarterback? I'll wait. Yeah. 1989. Troy Aikman. I think we had one other one, but it didn't work out under the coaching staff. I can't remember somebody else mentioned um, the other first round or whatever. I can't remember who it was. Something. If you know who it was, put it down in the comments. But yeah, he said I get sick thinking I have to play him twice. Well, because he's a first round draft pick, something that we haven't done in ages, in ages. So yeah, Jerry, you're going to continue to be sick, because there's a difference between a first round draft pick quarterback and a fourth round draft pick quarterback. There's a difference between a first round draft pick and a third round. First six, first seven. And you can say about anything about you say about Tom Brady. Tom Brady is one of the few that was able to do the things that a lot hadn't had an opportunity to do. But yeah. So to answer your question, Jerry, you might want to think about, or you should have thought about getting a first round draft pick quarterback. And maybe the Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants and the Commanders would be saying the same thing you say. I mean, look at Jalen Hurts. He's a first round draft pick quarterback. There's a reason they're in the Super Bowl twice. Hmm? And the Washington Commanders made it to the NFC Championship. So things can't do nothing but get better for them. Okay. So with that being said, I want to go back to what Dad said. Dad says that, when we're talking about, you know, help needed on this offense, it leads me to talking about the mock draft. And I understand a lot of us are talking about defensive tackle. A lot of us are talking about uh offensive tackle. We're talking about linebacker, talking about defensive ends, things like that. But here, I want to say this on my part when it comes to this draft pick for the 2025 year. I'm going with a skilled player. And I understand everybody's talking about the running back from Boise State. Yeah, fine. I'm first of all, I'm going to sign Rico. Got to get Rico back in the loop because this is the reason we brought this offensive coordinator Clayton Adams from the Cardinals to produce a run game, pulling your guards, moving to the second level. So I think with that you can have Rico Dowdle as your starting running back. But for me personally, I'm going to get a first round draft skill player at receiver. Like Dad says, CD needs help. Now we had Brandon Cook as the number 2 receiver playing out wide. Brandon Cook, all of our receivers that we have, starting with CD Lamb, Brandon Cook, Cavante Turpin, Jalen Tolbert. These guys are all really slot receivers. In reality, they are all slot receivers playing out wide. We need a big 6'3", 6'4" wide out that can create separation, that can put their body on that defender, can go get the 50-50 ball. That's what we need. So my pick at the 12th pick for the 2025 draft, I'm picking a receiver. Now, there's several receivers out there, and I'm going to do a video maybe Monday, but I might do a video on some of the receivers that I'm looking at. Now, you might have another choice at this number 12 pick, but I'm going to share with you my 12th pick for 2025. So, but again, my first choice is a skill player. We haven't got a skill player since Zeke, and we saw what Zeke brought to the table when we did bring him in. So we got to quit avoiding these first round skill players. It's time to get back to your first round skill players, and this should be the year that we do that. So, um, I'm going to share with you on the next video on some of the receivers that I like. And I know you guys got a lot of names. And if you know any names, put them down below if you want to see me. And I'll go back to the comments and I'll pull those names up and we'll do a little um, um, video on each of these receivers. But I'm definitely looking into getting a receiver with this number 12 pick. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you right now. This is Saturday. And I just want to come on here and give you some news that you can use. But again, this is the whole uh, blueprint about our Dallas Cowboys. This is about winning. And Emmett Smith has laid down the laws on what it takes to win it. So give it up for Emmett Smith. Now, below, I have another video, guys. Make sure you watch this other video that I have located below. And that's going to give you some great information on what's going on and my thoughts and my opinions about our Dallas Cowboys. So after this video, click on that video there and just, tell me what you think. But just my insights with straight barbershop talk. All right, guys, what like I always say, on a day like today, continue to be safe and continue to be blessed.